Welcome to another edition of Flea Market Fantasy, the world's second greatest Bronze Age era comic book podcast. Joining me as always is Neil Michael, Kevin Jank.
I'm here, water fruit.
Don't worry, folks. That's just what Jank calls watermelons.
Yep,
He calls them
that's right.
water fruits.
I don't speak English good.
Yeah, so this week, Shocktober continues. This is where we just, each year and during October, we do nothing but horror comic books to celebrate Halloween.
Truly, this must be
Shocktober.
the most horrific and terror-inducing tale we've ever read before.
Oh, wait till you see what I pick for next week.
Oh boy.
It is terrifying. But tell the people what you picked for this week, Jack.
Today we're going to be reading a book from DC called Ghosts, issue number 107.
This is from 1981, and yeah,
Yeah.
I will
Shocktober.
I will say this: Ghosts ended with issue 112, and we're doing issue 107. So
Uh-huh.
the
Circling the drain by this point. Yep.
yes, the writing was clearly on the wall. Uh,
Yep.
it
But it was an
was.
invisible ghost writing, so no one could see
So,
it.
all right, that's what we're doing here today on the big show. Before we get all started with that, let's remind everybody if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Last I checked, I think we were up to 418
Ooh,
subscribers.
inching ever
So,
closer.
yeah, we picked up a couple more. The goal, once again, is to get to 500 subscribers. And then Jank is going to make me read The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, if we get to 500, maybe we'll do our sister show where we do all the Age of Apocalypse issues of the X-Men.
Oh, good Lord.
Just maybe.
But yeah, let's get to 500 there and make my life even worse.
Yeah. Just keep it on.
And I also have a book out there called Monkey Flip about a chimp detective. And that's why I was so
Hmm.
excited about this issue that you picked, Jank, because I
Yeah.
knew one of the stories featured a chimp, you
Yep.
know?
You would think that would mean that was the best story in the whole
Yes,
book. Turns out, exact opposite was true.
yes. One of the worst things I've ever read. But all
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
so let's talk about
It
ghosts.
was bad on its own, and it was even worse conclusion to this overall story. So
Yes,
yeah, I
it
don't
made no
know.
sense. All right, Ghosts. This series ran for 112 issues from September 1971 until May of 1982. And this is another one of them horror anthologies that were all the rage back in the day.
Hmm.
And it's the same setup as every other horror anthology we've ever done. There's three
Yeah.
stories.
Basically
And
the same setup as that Ghost of Dr. Graves that we did last week.
yep, 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 yep. And except in a lot of these horror anthologies, there is a host. Like
Yes.
last week, Dr. Graves.
Hmm.
And but the interesting thing about the Ghosts is it never had a host introducing the stories until issue 104.
Oh, late in the run, they're
Yeah,
like, we need something to jazz this up.
yes.
Wow.
Let's try and salvage this sinking ship. Let's let's
They're
bring in
like, all
some
right, we got one last ditch effort. We're gonna get an invisible guy, and that's gonna turn this whole thing around.
that invisible guy's name is Squire Shade. Squire
Yeah.
Shade. Yeah,
Ooh.
he's just like a coachman from like the olden days, except he's invisible.
Yeah, he's
Like
basically the Invisible Man.
the floating hat and the cape and he's lighting a pipe and he's got glasses on.
Yeah, floating glasses.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that a ghost would need glasses, but whatever. And
I like him better than Dr. Graves. He's got more of a
oh,
style. Just by being invisible, it makes him cooler.
come on, man. Dr. Graves is where it's at. But yeah, Squire Shade. Yeah, they're trying all they could do. We got to do something here to try and
Yeah.
save,
Yep.
and it did not
Maybe
work.
they're like, once we get to issue 150, we'll show what Doctor Shade the Shade looks like. He'll be visible for
So
once.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for ghosts. I don't know. Do you like?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there a notable history of people who worked on this at some point? I'm sure all the big
Man,
names ran through for a
yeah,
story
who
here or
cares?
there. Yeah.
Who cares? Who really cares? Like I didn't even know these people who did this book. Like Robert Kanigher was a writer for one of the stories, or maybe two of the stories. But did you
hmm
recognize any other of the creators? I did not.
No, I can't say that I did. I guess it's
So
easy to see why it was canceled. They're not putting their A-list on it.
yeah. So let's get right into the story. All right. So Jay,
Yeah. First,
why
we got
don't
to
you
talk about
describe?
this cover.
Yeah, describe the cover. This is a Joe Kubert cover.
Yeah, yeah. I'm usually not the biggest fan of the Joe Kubert. I like his sons a lot more, but this I thought was pretty decent. We got the little DC corner circle up there, and it says the Trilogy of the Crown, and we got the Ghost logo, which is, not setting the world on fire by any means. It's just kind of normal looking, slightly, scruffy around the edges, and then it's got like a big red background over white letters. Um, 60 cents for this thing, which is not worth it.
Oh, look, it
Even in
says
today's money.
yeah, UK 20 pence, and then all new, more pages.
Ooh,
Wow, what
even
a
more
treat.
crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy hell. But then we got a like a blue background, and it's kind of cool how they did this, where you got kind of on the left side, there's the king. Uh, I don't know if it's one of his sons or the King Llewellyn, one of the two, but Um, he's kind of got his like big plumage. He's got his big, cape that has like the big, fur-lined collar. And he's wearing a crown and he's holding up a scepter. And then right in the middle, it switches. So now there's a clown's face. Like you got the clown nose, you got the clown lips, and he's also still wearing that crown. And he's got the scepter in front of him. And then over to the right, it splits again, and you now have a chimp's face also still wearing the crown, still wearing that same kingly outfit, and the chimp's hand is holding the other piece of the scepter, like the other end. So
Yeah. So you got like one face, but it's staring right at the camera. It's a real close up of the face,
yeah.
and then we get three. It's like a Neapolitan ice cream or something. You get
Oh
chocolate,
yeah.
strawberry.
Exactly.
Same thing. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's fine cover, I guess,
Sure. It'll make a good thumbnail. Just those faces, real big.
It is
Shot of the
quite the
crown.
combination. A clown and a monkey and yeah, so.
Yeah, it's a strange one considering the guy who is a clown really isn't much of a clown. Yeah.
Yeah, that story was weird too. All these stories were,
Yeah.
were strange.
Took
All
some
right.
weird bends.
So yeah, we open up here and no big splash page. We get like three horizontal panels of like an establishing shot of a city at night, and we get a narrator talking to us here,
Yeah, that's our
and
buddy the Shade here.
yeah, he's like, you seek the unusual, yet you disdain consorting with low plane spirits. For yours is
For
a more
I am the
discriminating
Whistler,
taste. Yeah,
and
that
I
is
walk by
it.
night.
I like when Jank
It's
works in a Whistler reference and it's
hard
great.
not to in these.
Yeah, it's
Whistler's like the
great.
perfect example of what the Shade wants to be.
You search for the middle ground between science and superstition. And that's the second panel. We get a little closer. We see a figure there walking in the streets, the mist covered streets. And
Ooh.
then the third panel, you care to subject yourself to the ultraviolet rays of the incredible. That's what I like to do every day. I expose
Yeah.
myself to the ultraviolet rays of the incredible.
You
And
don't
so
see
you,
any radiation.
yeah, that's right. Nice. And so you seek him, he of the shadows, the lexicographer of lethal letters, the shade. And then we get
Oh.
a big close-up panel of the shade, the invisible shade. We see him because we were seeing him from the back. Now we see him from the front, so we see his face is invisible, but he's lighting his
Hmm.
pipe and his glasses are just floating there. And he's like, quite, quite. Oh wait, you do the good. You do this. I want to hear your shade voice. You read this for us. It's
Oh
shade.
no. Ah,
Uh,
quite, quite. I've been expecting you. You've been in the doldrums and desire surcease from your worldly woes. Surely then a time-spanning journey in the nightmare coach is in order. Step lively then, our first stop is Wales in the 13th century.
yes, a uh, a time-spanning journey in the nightmare coach is in order.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of see his coach behind him. It's very Cinderella-esque, except with like black horses and yeah.
Hard to believe this guy didn't save the series.
Using words like
Sir
Sir
Crease.
Crease. Yeah.
So now we get let's we turn the page and begin now. Trilogy of Terror. This being part the first. Oh, murderous crown.
I do like when people say part the first instead of just the first part. Try and make it sound
And
fancier.
I think the creators here are Bob Kanigher is the writer, and the artist I believe is Howard Bender. I think
Yeah.
that's what it
Or
is.
Bendery.
I think it's just Bender because I thought it was Bendery as
It's
well,
just
but
a
then I
smudge.
yeah I think so because I looked it up and I think it was just Bender. But so all right, so this story here we go back 7 centuries, and it's like a King Arthur kind of time. There's a king and he's dying in bed. He's this storied warrior and conqueror. He's a great king. But he's
Yeah, everybody loves him.
yeah, Llewellyn is his name because who couldn't love a king named Llewellyn?
Yeah, that's a strong name. Oh, Llewellyn's coming. We don't lay down your arms.
Run, run! It's Llewellyn.
Yeah,
So,
that's a real tough guy.
so
Yeah,
Llewellyn
so
is
the
an old man, and he's dying in bed, and he
yeah,
still has his crown on, and he's got his three sons hanging around his bed, and his
he's got
sons
his
are just
bard
a
there singing away,
yeah,
and he's like,
yes.
"Hey, hey, bard, sing me another song about my loser sons and how they can't even get laid."
Talk about their haircuts because they're really terrible as well.
Why they all have Mo Howard haircuts?
But this Llewellyn, he's got a gold crown on, the same crown depicted on the cover of this comic.
Oh,
And
might be important.
yeah, the crown's weird. It's just a little gold band, and then in the middle there's like a circle with a cross upside down, kind of like I guess it's a sword, maybe
Yeah,
like
that's kind of the
going
hilt
up.
inside of the yeah.
Yeah, and then on either side of it are crossed axes or hatchets on either
Hmm.
side. What a crown! But
That's how you know
whoever
he's strong, this Llewellyn. He's got all these weapons in his crown.
so whoever wears this crown is the ruler of the kingdom. So he's dying. He has to pass the crown to whoever's going to rule the kingdom next. But he says,
Hmm.
all three of my sons are jerks. I'm not going to give my crown to any of you bums. I'm going to
Yep.
die and take it with me.
And I will rule from the grave.
I mean,
Because even a corpse is better than any of you schmucks.
but I just didn't understand because all right. So he dies, and
Yeah.
they put the crown in his little coffin with him for 1 year.
Yep.
One
Yep. Nobody
year.
nobody thinks to go get it before that.
Right when he's in bed, as soon as he keels over in bed, just take the crown off his head and put it on your head. You're the king.
Yeah. It does seem like a terrible system because it doesn't matter apparently even if you are his son or not. Like you get the crown on,
Yeah.
you automatically become king. So I don't know how
Yeah.
nobody's fighting over this thing more.
Yes. What? Wait 1 year. Who was king in that year?
Yeah. Well, he says he's going to rule from the grave, so
Was it just chaos? So I don't know. So yeah, we see someone opening up the crypt there, and we see the dead King Llewellyn in his grave, but he's still got eyeballs.
yeah,
I think the
that's
eyes.
pretty creepy.
Yeah, but he's a skeleton now, and he's still in his kingly robes. And here it's his son. What's his name? I don't know. Call him Jimmy. What's his son's name?
It sounds about right.
Yeah, all right. So Jimmy, he puts the crown on, and he's like, "Hey, I'm the crown. I'm the king. You." And then, but little does he know that there's a spear headed right for his head, and he barely has the
Yep.
crown on his head, and he gets the spear boom right in the back, and And then we just see someone say, "Ye crown now passes to me," and it's the other brother. We'll call him
He's
Jimmy
got, I think
Chicken.
this one's the dumbest name, is Howl.
Llewellyn and Hal.
Yep.
Uh, Holy cow! Yeah, so Hal, he's got the Mo Howard haircut.
Yeah.
He's
I don't know why
real.
he like again, this crown has been sitting here for a year. Why just wait till this guy gets it?
I know.
You could have dug this guy up at any time too. You just didn't want to do all that digging?
I guess. This is so weird. So so yeah, he kills his brother. He takes the crown. He's riding off on his horse, and we see like the dead King Llewellyn sitting up in his crypt there, and he's watching this. Um, so that yeah, the one brother he Hal he becomes king, and the third brother
Yeah.
Griffith Griffith is his name, Andy Griffith. So
Nice.
Andy Griffith says, "Hey." Hey, brother, you know what? You are my king. I give you my sword. So he's like, ah, how about that? I'm your king now. Yeah. So they're all excited. And oh, we get an ad for Bubble Yum. No?
Oh, I remember this
Yeah.
ad very well
Yes, this
in
ad
old
was in
comics.
every comic book back then.
Yeah.
It's for Bubble Yum, and there's a cartoon of a kid, and he's showing you how to do a trick to hide the bubble gum, like to trick your friends. Like,
Yeah. Seems like the worst trick ever because apparently it's just switching it from one hand to the other and then popping it in your mouth and you're not going to notice that you're chewing bubble gum.
Yeah, it's the old like, look, it's in my hand here, and then you do the thing with your hand, like you pass it in front of it, like, ooh, what's
Yep.
happening? And then boom, you switch hands with it, and you're, oh, it's gone. And yeah, then you just pop the bubble yum in your mouth.
Yeah, then you can make the bubble gum disappear the easy way and try the number one taste. This kid's got giant cheeks full of gum.
Yeah, so back then we got bubble yum, wild cherry,
Oh,
spearmint,
sounds good.
grape, and
I love the
tropical
grape.
punch. Yeah, grape's always
Oh,
a good
yeah,
flavor, man. Oh,
grape's
you
great.
seemed excited about tropical punch though as well.
Tropical punch does sound good. I can't remember if I had that when I was a kid or not, but that sounds tasty. I love the cotton candy
Well,
one
they
too, which was a later addition, but
Well, the flavor only lasted about three chews, and then
well, I mean, it's better than like fruit stripe, where you literally get like 2 seconds worth of flavor. At
I
least bubble
like
gum would last a little while.
I like fruit stripe. That zebra, man, that zebra with the crazy colored
Yeah,
stripes. He was
it was
great.
the best thing I've ever had in my life for the first 2 seconds, and then literally it was just gone. Had to chase that dragon over and
So,
over again.
getting back to the story, there's this big feast going on with dancing
Yeah, they're having a big
girls.
party now that they're celebrating his brother's, acknowledging his, sovereignty. And the king here, he's pouring wine down a lady's throat. Seems to be waterboarding her with wine, basically.
Yeah, because his brother Griffith says, "Hey, come down and I'll come down to my wine cellar, brother. Oh, I got good wine. This wine here is spoiled." And that one with the Mo Howard haircut, Hal, yeah, he's got like a lady tipping her head back, and he's just pouring this stale wine down her throat.
Yeah, I could see why Llewellyn was like, no, probably not this guy.
So they go down to look at the wine, and they take off the lid of the cask there, and the one who's king says, "Hey, it is my kingly right to just drink straight from the barrel." And his brother's
I
laughing. He's
see
like,
no
"Ah."
problems with this at all.
Yeah. His brother's like, "Ah, ha, ha, ha. That's so funny, brother. Go ahead, treat yourself." And then as soon as his brother starts drinking out of it, he slams his face in there and drowns him. Pulls him
Yeah.
down. That's pretty good. Drowns him in a barrel of wine. What
They
a way
should
to
have done
go.
that in that Columbo episode with Donald Pleasance.
Yeah. Yeah. Any Port in a Storm is the name of that Columbo. That's
Hmm.
right. Yeah, it's
There
great.
you go.
So yeah, he takes the crown off his brother. Now, boom, the third brother is the king. And so, how do we end here, Jank? Bring it home for us.
So he is off riding through the woods one day on his horse. He's like, yeah, yeah, this is great. And they're on the hunt, I believe. They're trying to let us tarry and quench our thirst with wine. Um, so he's going on his horse, and his horse throws him off, and he falls into a bog. Sends him right
I
into a
like
bog,
But I like how he's getting flung off the horse. Like the horse stopped short instead of jumping over like a fallen tree. And
Yeah.
as he's flying off the horse through the air, he has time to say, "What? You dare balk at this jump?" That's great.
Oh, there's a lot of time thing. Where do the people have time to say it in this book?
Yes.
For sure.
Story two as well with the flips. All
Yeah,
right.
very much so.
So yeah, he lands in a
So yeah,
bog
he's in the
there.
bog and he's like, "Ah, I'm sinking." And you see kind of the ghost pointing at him, like the ghost of Llewellyn is kind of pointing at him from the shore. So it seems like he's weighing down the crown and making him sink faster. And he's like, "Oh, murderous crown! It's dragging me under." And so he takes it and whips it off, throws it towards the shore, but that's too late anyway. He's the bog's got him, and he drowns.
Yeah, like the old quicksand or whatever. And I like the sequence of panels at the bottom there, four panel sequence. They each get smaller and smaller until boom, he's under the just
Just
bubbles.
bubbles. Yeah.
And, uh, and then the next page we see that King Llewellyn guy. This is great because we see like a close of his face. Yeah, he's like a skeleton, but he's got a mustache and a beard and a long,
Yep.
and then he's got big bulbous eyes. Uh,
His nose all rotted away, but those eyes are
uh,
still good.
and he's pointing at the crown. And then we see some little kid just running in out of nowhere. Him and his he's chasing a lamb. It looks like I don't know.
Yeah,
And he finds the crown and he just puts the crown in his bag. And this kid has an enormous head. Look at the size of this
he
kid's
really
head.
does.
Uh,
That
and
hat's not doing him any favors. It's just making it look even
yes,
bigger, like an overripe
so,
strawberry.
so he just puts his crown in his little bag there. And then we get our buddy Squire Shade, yeah. And he says, and the royal thing passes on to another. Dun, dun, dun. And that's how it is.
Yep.
Oh, Squire Shade's got a little cane with a skull on the top too. Yeah, how about that? All right. Um, wow, then we get another ad. Amaze your friends with my Willy Wonka magic card trick kit.
Yeah, magic was all the rage this year,
Apparently,
apparently.
yeah. Oh, bottle caps. Those are awesome.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
bottle caps.
oh, they were so
I
good.
still eat the shit out of those. God, they're good.
Wacky wafers. Yeah, Willy Wonka had some good candy, man. Uh,
Scrunch.
I don't
I don't
remember
remember
Scrunch. Oompas. I
that.
don't remember Oompas either.
No, that makes sense for Willy Wonka, but
All right, so the second story, multiple mysteries abound as the choking curse of the crown continues.
yeah.
I don't
So
really
you
cause
kind of
anyone to
think
choke.
at this point, oh, I guess the crown causes terrible misfortune to anyone who gets it.
Not just not
And
terrible misfortune, but it brings justice
yeah.
to evil people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
um, so now the second story set in the circus. Who doesn't love a circus? Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
it starts off with some trapeze artists, which never goes well in comic books. So they should really just stop having them. I would just get rid of that altogether. Didn't work out
they,
for Robin or Deadman or
oh, that's right, Dead Man too. Yeah.
Deadman twice, I think, right? Didn't he do the same
Yeah,
thing twice and
I
died the
think
same
so.
way?
Yeah. The story is by Robert Kanigher again, and the penciler is Rodin Rodriguez. Don't know who that is. So, but yeah, so we see we open up. It's during a circus act, and we're on the platform up above with a trapeze artist, the fella, and his sister Gina, and they're right in the middle of the act, and he says this is a perfect time for me to have an argument with my sister about this
hmm
fella she's dating who just happens to be the third party of our act, you know? And
Yeah, this is definitely the place to do this.
yeah, and he's like, Gina, I order you to stop seeing Dante behind my back. He is only turning your foolish head. I am sorry
He's
I
not
took him
even
into
supposed to
our
be
act.
here today.
Yeah, I can always get another flyer. I will get rid of him. And she says, you are only my brother, Pietro, not my keeper. Dante and I love each other. We want to be married. And he
Ooh.
launches off the platform by the trapeze bar, and he says, never. And then he says, hey, ready, Dante? And he's hanging upside down by the bar. Dante's the flyer, so he's gonna
Yeah,
catch
this
him.
guy's supposed to catch him. Yeah, grab onto his wrists.
So Dante does a three somersaults in the air,
Yeah.
three spinners, and uh, and then so you're thinking, oh well, this Pietro creep, he's not going to catch him. He's not going
Yep.
to catch him. But no, he catches him, and
Sure does.
we get
He's playing
little
the long con.
yeah, and we get little inserts, circular inserts of close up of Gina, and she's scared, and then when he catches him, she's like relieved, oh, I'm so happy. And but we see the act is going on, everyone's celebrating what a great job that was, but there's a net underneath them, you know,
Yeah. So
and
that's why he caught him.
yeah,
It's like it
and
wouldn't do any good to let him drop now.
Dante's like, hey, well, Pietro, am I not the greatest flyer in the world? And Pietro says, you are just a boastful boy. You'll be the great Dante only when you do the triple without a safety net. So
Hmm.
he's planting the seed, And now, what do you think's going
In the
on with
next
these
panels, I think
tigers?
Dante's planting a seed.
Yeah, he's kissing Gina, and but we got these tigers watching them as well,
Yeah.
and these tigers come into play later. But yeah, Gina's kissing Dante, and she's like, "No, you can't do it without the safety net. Promise me you won't do it without safety net." He goes, "I got to." He's like, "Do you want to marry a boy or a man?" So, but Pietro tells Gina, he's like, "Don't worry, Gina, I won't let him do it without the net."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, thanks, brother." And then so the next time they do the
You're
act,
such a good guy, even though you just were screaming at me about dating this guy in the first place.
they're up on the platform, and there's the net beneath them, and Pietro leaves,
Yeah.
launches off the platform. He says, "You have nothing to worry about, Gina. Is not the safety net below us?" And then the very next panel, the ringmaster down there and a clown there on the ground. They're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, at Dante's own request, he will be doing the triple without a safety net." Just, they start taking the net down.
Yep. And Gina's just like, oh, pulling her collar.
So Dante does the old triple through the air. He's soaring through the air toward Pietro. And what does Pietro do, Jank?
Well, apparently there's a lot of time to talk because he's reaching out his hands trying to grab Pietro, and he's like, a triple Pietro without a safety net. And Pietro's like, "You're first and last, Dante." And he's got his fist closed. He's not trying to catch Dante. He's just gonna let him drop. And he's like, "Pietro, for God's sake, open your fists and catch me." And he does not.
He
He
does not.
just gives him the little fist bump.
And you think he would be able to just grab his wrist or something, but no, it does not work.
Yeah.
So, and then as he's falling to the ground, he's yelling, Gina! And then we see a close up of Gina crying, and oh my God, she just watched her lover fall to the ground dead. And
Yeah.
then the next page, the narration says, late that night, after Dante's broken body has been taken away to the morgue, and she's near the tiger cage, and she's crying, and she's like, Pietro murdered Dante, but I will never be able to prove it. And for some reason, she opens the tiger door of the tiger cage there, and Pietro comes around, and she's like, murderer, murderer. And he's like, don't ever let me hear you say that again, you little hysterical fool. Backhands her right across the face. Smack.
Yeah.
And but
This with the
these
Hank Pym.
tigers, but this tiger, like I guess he loves Gina too. He launches out of the cage and starts mauling Pietro. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that
So
must be why she opened the door. She was like, oh, banking on this happening.
so at this point, you're probably wondering, where the hell's that crown? Wasn't there supposed to be a crown in this somewhere?
Yep, sure was.
So
Turns out this
the
guy Pietro has to go through a whole career change first.
yeah. So the tiger guys, the
Because
the the guys.
There's off of him, but then yeah, Pietro has to go to the hospital now because he's messed up. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get back to it any day now. And they're like, no, the muscles were torn in your arms and legs. Your catching days are over, Pietro. He's like, but there
Yeah.
is a job in the circus you could have if you want. And it cuts to then a couple weeks later. Oh, here's a bunch of clowns, and one of them is
Yeah.
the great Fabrini,
And
which is
that's
their last
pre-Pietro.
name. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's not really fitting in. The crowd doesn't like him. And then the one other clown squirts him with some water in the face, and he says, "Sorry, Pietro, but if you don't get laughs, you're out of a job." So next page, Pietro, he's not happy being a clown, and he's just browsing. He's walking the streets there, and he sees like a pawn shop, odds and ends, junk from all over the world. And in the window, oh, we see the crown. The crown is there for purchase. And this Pietro, he is such an upstanding citizen. What he does is he waits till the next morning. He goes there early in the morning and he
Hmm.
buys the crown.
Yeah, of course. What else
That's
would you
not
do?
that's not what he does. He just smashes the window and steals the
Yep.
crown.
Yep. They didn't have surveillance cameras back then. You could do what you please.
What a creep. But when he's running away from the store, we see the face of the dead King Llewellyn again, the googly-eyed face
Yeah,
staring out at him.
he is not having this.
So now we got back to the circus because he wanted the crown because he wanted something to set him apart from the other clowns. So during
Yep.
the act, then he,
So
he
he's like, I'm
comes
gonna be the
traipsing
king of the
out.
clowns.
Yeah, he comes traipsing out in his clown outfit, but he's got the crown on, and now he's got a scepter and a cape, and uh, and he just starts
Yeah.
whacking him with the scepter. And he's like, "Kneel before King Pietro, you tattered scarecrows!" And the crowd's eating it up. They love it. So he's a big success now.
Finally, his abusiveness is coming in handy.
Yes. Patrons at circuses love abusive clowns. That's what they
Yep.
like.
That's what they pay to see.
So now we cut back to Pietro. He's still in his full clown garb, but he's sitting in a little caravan here on the circus grounds. And there's a swinging lamp for some reason. And he's just sitting at a table by himself. And he's like, Dante and Gina may roast in hell for all I care. I am king of the clowns. Yeah, whatever happened to Gina? We don't really ever hear about Gina.
No.
Yeah, she
Yep. No sign of Gina.
So then, but the next panel, like some wind blows his lantern down and it falls on this wooden table and starts a fire, and it catches his kingly robes on fire, and so he starts. This all could have been prevented if he just remembered stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
You know?
He was not thinking too clearly.
He goes running out of the caravan. He's all burning up,
Yep.
and he
Runs into
he
the
runs.
woods, and that starts the whole forest fire going.
Yeah, what about this though, Jake? In the narration, in blind panic, the Human Torch
Oh,
set the woods ablaze. How about
Stan
that?
Lee gonna sue somebody.
Yeah. So, so there's a big fire, and he's engulfed in flames. No one can get to him because of the fire, and he falls down a ravine and lands in a river. And we see the big close up of the dead King Llewellyn. That is hilarious.
He looks pretty good for being several hundred years old at this point.
That's a great shot there. It's like I laughed out loud when that came up. I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Guess it's supposed to be spooky, but it's not really spooky. Um,
At least
so
they
the
drew a better skull than George Tuska did in that Ghost Rider issue.
So the crown is now stuck on a tree in the river, like on a branch, a fallen tree branch.
Yep.
And so now we get an intermission time. We interrupt this tale of terror. Our story continues after this following a whimsical respite.
Yeah.
Oh, first we get an ad for NBC Superstar Saturday. Pow! All the cartoons. We got the Flintstones, the Flintstones Comedy Hour, the Smurfs,
Oh, the Smurfs.
the new Kid Superpower Hour with Shazam.
Don't remember that at all.
And we get Space Stars from Hanna-Barbera,
Yeah, there's
Space
Space Ghost in
Ghost.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the best one, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah. Look at
The
Iceman's white
Daffy,
underpants. He's just
yeah,
wearing tighty whities.
the Daffy and Speedy Show. Wow, Daffy Duck and
That's a
Speedy
weird combo.
Gonzales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know.
then Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle's back. All right. I like
Yeah.
Bullwinkle.
I love
Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. That show's great.
Yep. So there you go. All right, so why don't you tell us about this whimsical respite, Jack?
Yeah, it's so whimsical. It's just a little like goofy like newspaper strip comic story called Night Stripes Fright. There's three ghosts, just kind of basic, your normal blobby looking ghosts, hanging out in the cemetery. And the one guy comes in, he's like, "Hey fellas, there's a riot over there at the state pen. Let's go over and wait for the new recruits."
I like your
And
ghostly voice.
yeah. So there's all kind of, you see a bunch of sirens going off and guns firing, and they're like, man, listen to those fireworks. Our new men should be coming out in no time. Yeah, those ex-cons always do make some of the best members of our team, even though they do sometimes tend to stick out in a crowd of just a wee bit. And you see all the ghosts coming out of the jail. They're all striped, just like prisoners. Wow, wow.
So whimsical. So whimsical. So now we get to our third story. This, indubitably, our yarn is far from over. This then is the finale, chapter 3 of Trilogy of the Crown, and it's called
Yeah.
The Ape Who Would Be King. I thought this was amazing.
This
This is going to be so
this is
great.
where the story,
Because,
yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunately, the story went off the rails here because it completely breaks with the pattern we've established of
Yes.
bad things happening to bad people who try to steal this crown.
Yes. Um, so we start out with like a family at home. They're watching a late night talk show, and what a talk show! Because this guy, holy charismatic host, this guy is, and his turtleneck and glasses, and yeah, no one's watching this show. But
Yeah.
there's some people from the zoo, and they brought a little chimp, and but apparently the chimp is a girl. So right away the story like falls apart because the title of the story was the ape who would be king, not the ape who would be queen. So right away, that's
That's
funny.
true. They
And
failed.
the chimp's name is
Where were you in that one, Robert Kaniger?
the
Noku.
yeah, Noku. Yeah, the artist here is Gonzalez and Martin. It took two people to draw this, but I have no idea what their first names are. But this is the artist. But yeah, it is
All
Robert
those
Kaniger
chimp
again.
faces are hard to do.
So Noku the chimp and the lady trainer there, she's like, Noku, what is this? She holds up a watermelon, and then Noku gives her like the up yours sign, like up yours, lady. But
Yeah.
apparently, then Noku they show like a sequence of panels of Noku doing like sign language, and and then the lady's like, Noku calls watermelon water fruit. But you could have just said she called watermelon.
Mm-mm.
No one would know what the hell she's saying. She's just doing the sign language. You could just say, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she calls it watermelon." Good job, Nuki. Um, so then she brings out the
Well,
lady brings
now we
out
got another trick for
yeah.
Noku here. We got a bunch of pictures on these cards of people and animals, and you go ahead here, charismatic host guy, and separate the cards, shuffle them up real good, and then put them out on the table, and then Noku just goes to work separating them out into piles, one for the people and one for the animals. But then she puts herself, Noku, into the people pile. And they're like, oh look, she thinks she's people.
Yeah, thanks these people. So I thought we were setting up something here where Noku is going to go nuts out of
Yeah.
jealousy and murder people. You know?
Yeah. Like this guy says, I would marry you, but my wife doesn't like harems.
Yeah,
So maybe he's going after this guy's wife.
yeah. Also, how exciting! What exciting television this would be for the audience at home, watching a chimp sort photos.
Yep.
That would have been
And who knows
dynamic.
like 100 words in sign language. Wow.
So now we cut, and for some odd reason, we're at the chimp place again. You see a whole bunch of chimps in the yard, and these
Yeah.
researchers they're going to put Noku. They're going to give Noku surgery on her vocal cords so that Noku will now be able to talk.
Mm-hmm. Sounds reasonable.
Yes. Like what? What? Where are we going with this story exactly? What?
Yeah.
Uh,
It gets weirder
so
because they
so
do
the one
surgery and
researcher,
they're all excited. Like, oh,
well,
things are going to be awesome now. It's been a couple weeks. She's probably all healed up. But now she won't say watermelon. They're trying to get her to say watermelon. She's just like, nope, got nothing for you. And then like, okay, we'll go back to using the sign language. And she's like, uh-uh. She's like, she got nothing. She just looks dead behind
you
the eyebrow. She's all oatmeal north of the
oatmeal.
eyebrows, as you like to say.
That's right. That's right. And but they're like, you can't even call it water fruit. Come on, no good water fruit. Nope, nothing. So yeah, she's just sitting there like a dead husk of a chimp, and
Yeah, and they're like, oh man, we
now
fucked
they
up.
take
But at least we got this other chimp.
yeah.
This one will be foolproof.
But yeah, so Noku just wanders off down to the river, and when do you know it,
Like, here,
she
Hoku,
finds the
here,
crown.
Noku, here's a banana. Like, that's the first time she's ever refused a banana.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, Noku's pissed, and they just let Noku wander off on
Yeah.
her own.
Yep, just go play in the river. If you don't come
And
back, that's all right.
so she finds the crown, and she puts the crown on her head. And again, we see the ghostly apparition of King Llewellyn. And but Noku's like, oh, I got a crown on my head. And when Noku comes back, yeah, the other researchers, they've already moved on from Noku, you know. They like, hey, we got this other guy called Phyla. Phyla. He's the brightest people we have. And they're
Yep.
giving him a banana. But they see he's mischievous, but very intelligent. So while they're working with Phyla, Noku comes back and she's wearing the crown. And she just starts talking
Yeah.
like nobody's business. And she's talking like real fancy. Hast
Hmm.
thou never seen a royal crown before? And like the lettering is all like from the, Middle Ages or
Yeah.
what, you know.
One doctor was like, it's medieval English.
Yeah. It's all famous. And now we see like the ghostly face of King Llewellyn superimposed over the chimp. So that's weird.
Yeah, he's basically talking through the chimp.
Yeah. And dost thou not recognize thy regal liege? Bend thy knee in homage, vassals. And the researcher's like, what is going on? And then that other monkey, Phile, he just runs over and snatches the crown off of Noku's head.
Yeah. Just starts running around with it. And Noku just starts scratching his head like a dummy, like, oh,
Yeah, her head.
I don't
Yeah,
remember what
okay, so
happened. Oh
like,
yeah, yeah, her.
yeah, the queen, not the king. I'm still
Yeah.
upset about that. Still upset about
That title is messing me up. Yeah,
that.
Philo's
So,
just running around with the crown, and all of a sudden, like an eagle flies in, scoops it out of Philo's hands, and just flies off with it.
yeah, and that's the end.
Yep.
That's how the story ends.
Yeah, we get a little shot of the shade just talking some smack and being like, "'Tis up to you, my friend. You may join me now on the return trip or linger here in the search for the crown. What is it to be, you who would be king?" And he just starts laughing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's a really
that was
bad ending.
terrible.
I
Yeah,
really, yeah.
I just don't know
Yep.
what the thought was behind that story. Like,
I don't know. Like I wish it was more
no,
of like I was kind of expecting it to be more of a story like this is a cursed object. Like, oh, it makes your greatest wishes come true at first, but then it turns dark. Like something like that. But no, it was just kind of all over the place. Like at first it was bad things happening to bad people that stole the crown, but then they just abandoned that in the last part and went down some whole other
yeah.
avenue that they didn't even explore it. It was like, oh, this monkey can talk for about a page and then nothing comes of it. They're not like, oh, we're gonna sell this monkey or like we could go back on the TV show now. Nothing. There's not even time for that. It's just like, oh, story's over.
And yeah, so I guess is the point that the monkey that stole the crown, he had something bad happen to him because it got stolen from him by an eagle, but that's really not that bad, you know? Like,
No. Yeah,
so
that's pretty tame.
yeah, it's just an awful story. Just an awful story.
Yeah, it's a muddled mess and not a good conclusion at all.
Easily the worst monkey story I've ever encountered. Usually, if there's a monkey, it's automatically awesome. This was not
Sounds
awesome.
like Noku is not a front runner for
Her best monkey of the
best
year.
chimp. Yeah.
Maybe Phyla, because Phyla snatched the crown and went running away. He was pretty
Yeah.
cool. But
He's a troublemaker. We like that kind of
yeah,
attitude around here. He's got moxie.
we didn't even know what a watermelon was. Calling it water fruit, you know? It's called watermelon. Like, if you can get a monkey to sign water fruit, you're not going to keep going and get it to sign watermelon. You know,
Yeah, they
like
just
that's
decided to not teach it melon. They're like,
for, for the
we don't know
watermelon.
if we can differentiate between different kinds of fruit yet. Like, that's a lot. It's asking a bit.
It isn't a potato; it's a dirt
Just wait
fruit.
till I have to explain the tomato to him.
Yeah.
It's not a vegetable.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess the first story was okay, you know?
Sure, it was a solid start.
Yeah. I like that guy drowning in the wine. And, oh, I like the other brother getting the spear right in the back right away. That was pretty good.
hmm
I mean, it wasn't
I
logical
like
at
the king
all.
talking about his terrible sons and
Yeah, yeah.
giving them shit right to their face.
The whole waiting a year made no sense.
Yeah, that
Whatever.
was ridiculous.
So maybe that story's like a five, maybe. And then the second story, that was, again, it starts out one way, and then like Gina's not even a factor in the ending of that story.
Yeah. I mean, I have to imagine if he's gonna still be in the circus, she's gonna piece out of there.
But why
She
not
doesn't want to
write
keep
the
working with him.
story in such a way where Gina somehow leads to his, gets revenge by
Mm.
doing something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but instead she's just disappears from the story entirely. Um,
Yeah.
and Pietro's a clown. Like, why even? It's so weird.
Right. Why are you so desperate to stay in the circus at that point? Like you can get a regular job. You're clearly not meant for clowning.
Just from the writing perspective, like, why go this way with this story? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many better options than forcing a clown thing, and then the clown sets himself on fire and then falls in a river. Like, what are we doing? What are we
Yeah.
doing?
You could have just done something with like an actual clown, like somebody who was a clown. You didn't need all the
Yes.
backstory of he was a trapeze artist, but he had a problem with his sister's boyfriend and all this stuff and got attacked by a tiger.
So I don't know. That story's maybe like a three, and then the last one's a zero.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're not wrong.
so if you add it up, eight divided by three, I guess a two something, but you could round up to three, but I'm not going to round up to three. It'll be a two.
You're not giving it that satisfaction. Yeah, I'll probably give it like a 2.5. I'll split the difference there.
This
It
is this the worst horror anthology? Because Dr. Graves wasn't bad. It was pretty solid. Dr.
was okay,
Graves,
yeah.
especially that last time loop story with Ditko. That was pretty good. So
Yeah, that was the best part for sure. This one didn't have anything
no,
near that.
no, it did not. No, it did not. Um, yeah, not the best. Uh, I will say there was when I was reading around the background of Ghost. I guess when Ghost started, they started two other horror kind of anthologies, or whatever. And one is called The House of Forbidden Love or something.
Ooh.
It's got to be about a brothel, right? Oh,
Maybe.
we figured I would have picked that next week, but I didn't know it existed until after
Yeah.
I already picked my
Holy
issue.
hell.
We'll have to
We're
do that.
missing out.
Yeah. So all right, there it is. That's Ghosts, and yeah, don't read it. All right, so next week here on the big show,
Yeah, what are we
and
going to be
we
doing then?
close out Shocktober. Another
Hmm.
Shocktober will be in the book. So I figured, all right, we're going to do a story that is so scary.
Oh,
It features the devil,
my spine's
and
ready to be tingled.
well, get ready because next week we're going to be doing Hot Stuff, issue 154 from 1980.
They were still
Are
doing
you
hot
familiar?
stuff in 1980.
As you're familiar with Hot Stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
it's Hot Stuff, the little devil. He's a little devil. Yeah, I've been when I was a kid, I had Hot Stuff, and I had this issue that we're reading
What
here
uh what
today,
what number
or
was it?
not today, but 154. 154. On the cover, Hot Stuff is rocketing through space on a ship made of fire, and there's a UFO with some aliens in the back, and they're like, "Look at that weirdo," They're like, "Hey, he's a crazy guy." But yeah, for those who don't know Hot Stuff, it's like it was a comic book for kids, like Richie Rich and Hot Stuff were like the
Yeah,
two
exactly.
characters for this company. And like Casper the Friendly Ghost, I think was also done by this company. Uh, but yeah, Hot Stuff is just this little devil, and he's got horns and a pitchfork and a pointy tail, and he wears a diaper, you know, and he just goes around causing trouble. And this issue, I still remember this vividly. Reading this book, I can remember sitting on the front porch of my childhood home, reading this issue of Hot Stuff because in this issue he gets some cowboy boots.
Oh.
He's walking around in cowboy boots. It's pretty great. So next week we're gonna be doing Hot Stuff. You excited?
I can't wait. I might
It's
never sleep again
terrifying.
after reading this. Yeah.
I've been wanting to do Hot Stuff for a while. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's do Hot Stuff.
Oh
Bring,
boy. Hot stuff coming through.
Bringing down the curtain on Shocktober in style because he's Hot Stuff, the little devil, the hottest devil in town. That's how they bill
Wow.
him.
That's a
So,
bold claim.
so that's next week here on the show. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We appreciate the support. So until next week. Jake, one other thing.
Ooh.
This issue of Hot Stuff, it features a Hostess fruit pies ad starring
Oh, hell
Richie,
yeah.
starring Richie Rich. So,
Oh, look at that.
yeah,
That's a new one for us. All right.
yeah. So now you're excited.
Well,
All right.
yep.
So
I'll read it just for that.
Hot Stuff and cowboy boots and Richie Rich fruit pies. That's next week here on the big show. So until then, don't get any jank on you.